Christmas, a time of family, peace, and happiness, and a lot of presents under the Christmas tree. I was able to spend this wonderful holiday with my host family in Helsingborg, at the house where my host mother's brother lives. And I'm going to take you with me on everything that I've done in these few days. So Helsingborg is a city in South Sweden. This is Matthias, you all know him. It's in the province Skåne, and right now we're on our way to the church. We're going to the morning mass on Christmas Eve. So here we have the wonderfully beautiful church in Helsingborg, which is called Gustavs Adolfskyrka. It is very windy, as you can see here as well. It was windy the whole time because it is next to the sea, and you know, when there's water there's wind, or when there's sea there's wind. And here we have the inside of the beautiful church. You can see Jesus is still hanging there, so everything's cool. I filmed a little bit of the mass, so you'll be able to hear that in a second. Then we went to check out the church's crib. So here's little baby Jesus with his mommy and daddy and his homies, the three wise men, the three kings. You can see the crib here. It's awesome. Then we also have his sheep, his pet sheep. Yeah. Then it was time for lunch, so you're going to see a lot of food in this vlog. I'm going to just give you a heads up for that. This was only lunch, so no big food, but we did have mussels. Okay, mussels are about as non-Swedish as you can get, but I mean, mussels are from Belgium, I'm from Belgium, so I like it. Right here I'm waiting for Santa Claus to come in, or jultomten as they say in Swedish. So this is a tradition in Sweden that jultomten, or tomten for short, makes time in his very busy schedule to visit all the children, the nice children in Sweden, and hands out presents to them. In his big bag, he just grabs all the presents that he has there and calls out the name for the person who the present is for, and then the person gets it, of course, yeah. Then after Santa came, we obviously have to open our presents. We had loads of presents. I myself got some very nice presents too, which I'm thankful for. I got this book about Swedish traditions. I got a dalahäst. I got this glass Santa Claus and a bag full of Swedish candy. So that was amazing, and Matthias approves as well. Then 3 o'clock. Everyone in Sweden puts on their TV because it is time for Kalle Anka. Kalle Anka is Donald Duck in Swedish, and it is basically just a series of clips from Disney. They have Disney characters, Disney movies, as you can see here with Mickey Mouse and Pluto. But the most important person is, of course, Donald Duck. So I'm just going to show you this. Enjoy this little clip.
Försvinn härifrån. Vandra ut med
And then since it's so old, because it has been running from the 1960s or something, they only have old Disney movies like The Jungle Book, Snow White and Cinderella. It's the same thing every year, by the way. Then it was time for the real julbord. Julbord means Christmas table, literally translated, and it's just a table full of typical food that you eat with Christmas, like salmon, which you saw, gravad lax, and this is sill, fermented herring, which is very good. Then we have some köttbullar, so meatballs, some korv, which is sausage, and then we had some vegetarian options as well. So it was all very, very good and very nice. Then it was time for Carl Bertil Jonsson. Sorry for that. Carl Bertil Jonsson is also a very typical Christmas movie that you have to see. And it is also very old, and it's about like a Robin Hood-like character. It's very communistic as well. Little weird, but very nice. And then at midnight we went to the mass again. I had never been in two masses in one day, but yeah, this was a little church. Then the next day we went to Sofiero, which is a park in Helsingborg where the royal family has its summer house, as you can see here, but it was closed, so we just went and took a walk in the forest that was next to it. Well, they don't call it a forest, they call it a park, but I'm from Belgium where they don't have big forests, so yeah. And then we also went to the beach. As I mentioned earlier, the Helsingborg is next to the sea, and it obviously has a beach, but it's also still very, very, very windy. You cannot really see it here, but you can see it by Matthias' hair. Yeah, you could almost lean and not fall against the wind. But it was very beautiful anyways. Look at that. Then it was time for more food. On the top left there, you can see julskinka, which is a big ham, and it is covered with breadcrumbs, and you eat it with mustard. Jul, by the way, means Christmas in Swedish. I don't know if I've mentioned that. Then we went to watch Snow White. Snow White is also included a little in Kalle Anka, but we saw the whole movie the next day. Also a little Christmas tradition. Maybe not, I don't know. And then no Christmas in Sweden is complete without fika. We had some saffron cake with a delicious chocolate topping and some coffee, of course. And from coffee we go to wine, because then it was time for more food. It was time for our Christmas dinner, Christmas Day dinner, and I guess I just enjoyed all this delicious food. It's so bad that you cannot taste this because it was so good. And then I'm going to end this vlog with this very nice but little weird tradition where the family just holds hands and sings and dances around the Christmas tree, like they do with Midsummer as well. Okay, so I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy 2016. Thank you for watching. Hej då!